Okay, I like this intro that we got going.
Uh,
How's it
uh.
going, everyone? It's Reba from Reba Cosplay with Nur-D.
Hello.
How are you on this fine Sunday morning?
It's wonderful. It is warm out, which is a rarity in the Minnesota. I love it.
Yes, hopefully it's not going to be too hot though, because
Yeah.
yesterday
I
was
I I
crazy.
I will melt like Frosty
Same.
in the story, but I will enjoy myself while I'm here.
Exactly. That's why the
Yes.
best part about this interview is we're getting to be inside where it's AC.
I'm super excited about that. When you told me that, I was like, "Oh, snap." I thought I was going to have to be standing outside in a parka like a parka, how you normally do your interviews.
100%, 100%, just like our first one.
Yeah, no, that's what I was told. I was told, like, be ready for Naga Comics. They make people dress in full winter gear in 70-degree weather.
100%. We're a little vicious that way sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You got a reputation for sure.
Yes. I don't know if that's a good reputation. Either way, we'll work on that.
We'll work on. Wow.
I was gonna start doing like some Sharpay Evans just Ma. So first and foremost, welcome. Super
Thank
excited for
you.
this opportunity with you.
I'm super excited to be here.
Yay! Now, for our little icebreaker, just to kind
Ooh,
of set the tone for how crazy this is gonna get,
okay.
who is your favorite Ninja Turtle and why?
There is only one answer to this question. You know, you have to think about it. I have him right back here, and I have a bunch of them around my house. His name is Michelangelo, the best Ninja Turtle. That is the correct
Yes!
answer. I will not be accepting any. The only other respectful answer if you say Raphael, you're wrong, but I understand that being cool is important to you. If you say Leonardo, you're also wrong, but that is the closest to the best answer. That's not Michelangelo. If you say Donatello, we get it. You're a nerd. You're different. Congratulations. But you're
That is
wrong.
Bobby's favorite
The
Ninja
right
Turtle. He
answer
loves
is
Bobby.
Michelangelo. Not only is he the best ninja, literally, not only is he the one that lives, the one that makes it, the last Roman, but he is also the Battle Nexus champion. There is not a single one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that have ever won a multiversal martial arts tournament against also his brothers, except for Leonardo, who didn't get to compete. But Splinter said that Michelangelo has the most natural affinity for martial arts and jiu-jitsu, and the only reason he hasn't surpassed his brothers is because they pick up the slack and he gets to goof off. That's why he has the most complicated weapon in Nunchaku, because he has to think and move and dodge at the same time. He is so good at martial arts, he had to have the most complicated weapon just so that he didn't immediately surpass his brothers. The end.
Wow.
Get
See, my
upset if you
answer is
want to.
Mikey because I
Get
just
upset
love
if you
Mikey
want
as a
to. It's
giant
just
goofball.
it's canon.
I
It's
love
canon.
that.
He is so good that they have to give him more things to do, so he doesn't just immediately win. Like
They gotta
that's how
rein in
good he
the
is.
ADHD on him a little bit.
Yep,
His
he's playing video
perfection.
games. He's dancing around, like he's skateboarding. Like they're like, "Hey, man, there's a robot with a little pink guy. He's really trying to blow up the world." And he's like, "But what if I also did a backflip on my skateboard?" Like he's just so non-serious.
Yeah, he's very extra.
I love me and Michelangelo. He's my favorite turtle, and that is why.
Dang. All right. Yeah, what okay, I know a lot more about Ninja Turtles now just from this.
I love Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles. I have watched every single iteration of the Ninja Turtles, with the exception of Rise of the Ninja Turtles, because I vehemently disagreed with the revisionist history of Raph being the leader of the Turtles. I understand changing it up every little bit of time. You know, if they do something different, absolutely not. Like absolutely not.
Dang.
But I have seen some of the fight scenes. The animation of that goes hard, and
Yeah.
for that, I have since let them be freed. The Rise of the Ninja Turtles, or they go ahead, enjoy yourself. Should If you want to watch blasphemy, feel free.
Fair enough, fair enough. Man, I love these opinions. And
Hot takes
I
only.
concur Michelangelo is pretty top tier. Like I've always resonated with him because I'm like, he's a giant goofball.
Yes,
He does not take things seriously. Everything's a game to him. It's like, but he's also like super kind and like He's like the baby, and I love him.
Well, he's the youngest brother, and he is the one that is usually the most empathetic, if not Donatello. The reason that Donatello is so empathetic is because he's the least favorite brother.
Mm.
Not by people who watch Ninja Turtles, because actually, if you were to gauge who people's favorite Ninja Turtle is by people who watch, usually Donatello's at the top. That's because they're different because you watch Ninja Turtles. But like your dad gave you a stick. You're in New York City, famous handgun area.
Yeah, you got a pokey stick.
There's gangs. They have all sorts of things. You somehow manage to find not one but two short swords in the New York sewer, two sais in the New York sewer, and two sets of nunchaku in the New York City sewer. You can find anything in New York, but you are a rat, and you managed to find all of these things. And when you start to divvy up the weapons, you give two to this person, two to this person, two to this person. Then you look at Donatello and you say, "Well, I
Here's a
found this
stick.
stick on the ground."
Good luck.
That's why he had to build machines, because he literally just had a stick the whole time. He had to figure out something else to do. He was gonna get. There were robots that bit through steel. He has the wooden stick. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
I will talk about the Teenage this whole time. This will just be a Ninja Turtles thing if you don't move it. So just so you know, I will not move from this topic until you move it.
Dear. Well, in that case, then we better start moving on then, huh? Because this will be a whole like Ninja Turtle
It'll just be a
episode
Ninja
then.
Turtle episode.
I
Oh
love that
man,
so much.
I love it. Oh, I saw. Wait, is this chat? Oh, someone said. Oh, I love this at studio chat. My favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film
Oh yes.
is. That's a really good question. Now I gotta take. Hold on. I'm partial to the the original '90s live action one. I think that's just because that was the first one I saw, so there might be a little bit of like bias in because it was the first one I saw, but it still holds up. It's one of the best stories. It is the best story of the Ninja Turtles arc, in my opinion, which is the original run to the first fight of Shredder. But in another hot take, if it was a second close favorite, it would be the most recent one, the Rise of the Mutants Ninja
That one
Turtles.
was super good. Like
It was
our
so
daughter's
good.
actually been loving watching that movie.
It's so good. It's so good, and the reason it's so good is because my personal favorite is when somebody hones in on one of the words in the title. Teenage, mutant, ninja, and turtle. Those are the things that describe them, right?
Yeah.
The live action movie was the encompassing of all of them because it was the first thing, right? Michael Bay, he focused on mutant. That's why they're so big. That's why they're so weird looking. That's why they have like they're bulletproof and stuff like that. Is because
Yeah.
in his mind, the most important thing about that was mutant. If you look at the 2003 cartoon movie, it was ninja.
TMNT movie, which was
The
one of my
TMNT was
favorites.
ninja. It was ninja. Ninja was the most important thing about that
Yeah.
because it was all about their place in the order of the thing and fighting off and it was a lot about the martial arts they were doing. In this most recent one, the most important thing about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to that director was the teenager. They felt like teenagers just looking to fit in a world that's different from them. They just went full on mutants are thing. We're not even gonna really like take too long to like get them into the story. You had all of the side characters that you get from the comics and stuff. Ray Fillet, like real deep cuts.
There were some very fun choices in there.
Yes.
Like, I had not been known to like all the turtles at this point. Like I knew a decent amount, but didn't know all the side characters. And getting to see Ray Fillet and like wasn't Mondo Gecko one of them?
Yep, Mondo
And I'm
Gecko,
these
like
are
all these guys.
hilarious.
And so I was excited, and also I will say that movie was very black. It was very POC coded. It was very much like, hey, we like are mutants and like they aren't gonna accept us, and every time we do something they assume we are violent. I was like, I was watching this movie in the theater, looking around like, yo, we just out here, the turtles. Let's go. And last thing about the turtles, I promise. Canonically, they are black because when they
Yep.
get turned human, they're all black. So,
Yep.
just in case you want to know, these are 4 brothers with an A from New York. They just happen to be green when they're normal selves. But if you turn them human, you get them with a ray gun, you turn them human, they'll be black. So
I
just
do
remember
love
that.
that though, because it definitely is POC coded, and it is like I love it.
It's so good. The animation too, like the way they chose to do it, like kind of it's like it's not quite comic book style. It's not like
Like
Into the
Spider
Spider Verse,
Verse.
right?
Yeah.
It's a little more grimy than that. Like
Yeah.
the lines are a little harder, but it just looks so good, and everybody's ugly in the best way.
Oh
You know what I
god,
mean?
yes.
Like all the human faces are just a little squished or a little weird. The proportions are
Yeah,
just
the
a
humans
tad
were looking
off.
really
They
wonky, and I'm like,
were.
"Y'all looking creepy, it's throwing me
The
off." I'm
humans
not a
looked
fan
weirder
of
than the
that.
mutants. The mutants made sense. You're like,
Gotcha.
yeah, that makes sense that you would look like that. The
Yeah.
humans are kind of all over the place, which is another reason why I liked it because the art style was just so bold
Yeah.
in their choice to do whatever. So, yep, big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I will talk to you about it all day.
I love it. Oh, yep. If I could show you this, there's a huge that we have a huge thing. Actually, I can't even say we. Kyle has a huge amount of Ninja Turtle stuff on the shelf next to me right now, and
Let's go.
it is absolutely hysterical because we've even got, like, the teeny tiny little metal boy.
Oh, Casey Jones. I love Casey Jones. I want more Casey Jones stuff.
Casey's
I know
awesome.
I know it just seems like he's his character is kind of just like a guy, but something about that in that world always makes me laugh because he's not Daredevil, he's not Batman, he's not even the Punisher. Like he's not really even trained.
Yeah,
He's
he's just a
just
dude
a
with a hockey
guy
stick.
with a bunch of sports gear
Heck
running
yeah.
around, just clocking ninjas. Like straight up people who have trained
Oh, yeah.
since childhood to
Just,
attack
"Nah, I
from the
grew up on the
shadows.
streets. Guess what? Time to kick your ass." It's
He
like,
says
"Alright."
Gungala and hits him really hard with the cricket bat. And then I love him. I want more Casey Jones stuff. I really do.
But yes. Oh, I love it.
That's so funny.
Alright. To veer off from our gorgeous TMNT.
Yes.
So, how do you end up sparking your creativity? Like, what gets
Ooh.
the creative juices flowing, or helps get you into the right mind space when it comes down to writing your music?
Well, that's a good question. One of the things I say life. You know, it sounds vague, but it's like living life is one of the best ways to spark your creativity. I find that when you find yourself in routine, your the my creative brain just kind of starts to slow down because I'm not giving it any new things to think about. Like if it knows what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna see, what I'm gonna experience, what I'm gonna eat, like what I'm gonna hear, it's not looking for more pathways. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, we're done,
Yeah.
we're good. So experiencing life, doing new things, saying yes to like my friends asking me to do something that I wouldn't normally do. Like that is usually how I find myself suddenly going like, "Ooh, that's an interesting experience," and then I start writing because
Okay.
I've experienced a new thing.
So this wasn't a pre-planned question, this part, but do you suppose that if you get to experience the uncanny experience this fall, you might have
Write
some
more
more
about
X-Men
it.
music coming along?
I have ever since I first saw the Uncanny Experience, I have just been obsessed with it. I've never gotten to go. I've usually the last couple times that it's done, I've had a show on the exact time, like either 2 or 3 shows. Where I'm out of state, and I have been devastated because X-Men is okay. So my favorite superhero group of all Cape Cowl, any type of thing, is the X-Men. They are the best superhero group. Not my favorite superhero one, but more than three, they're the best. And I am the idea that there is like a world where you could kind of jump into the X-Men world, just like in my state, like in my area,
Yeah.
has always it made me feel so proud as an X-Men fan. I was like, oh heck yeah, Minnesota, like we out here, like we're representing
Heck
what such a
yeah.
powerful something. So if I got to experience the uncanny experience, I'd be great. But the question is, do I cosplay as a mutant that already exists, or do I make up my own? Which is something that I that's if I could say any one thing about the uncanny experience, I would love to see people coming in dressed as their own
There are
mutant.
some
I know there
people
are
who
people
do
who
come in
do.
doing that, yeah.
I
Last
want
year,
more
there
of
was
that.
a group of last year, there was a group of, like, 4 who came in, and they were their own, like, creations that they did. Like, they even made, like, their badges that had, like, their, like, name,
That's so
powers,
cool.
all that stuff listed. Like, it's super fun, super duper fun and immersive.
I love
And
that. I wanna go so bad. I wanna go so bad. It's so crazy.
it's
I
gonna
am
be so good
I'm
because
obsessed.
like, we've been going now since, like, the start of it because thankfully we got the opportunity to help volunteer with them,
Yeah,
and it's hands down, like, the greatest thing. Like, it's opened up so many doors for both myself and Bobby and for Noggin Comics with Kyle and Nora.
yeah,
We've gotten to meet so many incredible people this way. We've gotten to meet a much bigger community. Like, I
yeah.
didn't really know any cosplayers before this, and then
Wow.
suddenly I'm like, "Oh, I can think of, like, a dozen cosplayers who are, like, really freaking good and are the absolute kindest people I've ever met."
That's dope. Finding both a good time and good people is a rarity nowadays.
It really is. And
That's a
thankfully with the
win.
uncanny, it's always a good time because 'cause you're all around fellow muted.
Hey! Mutants. Okay, question a reverse question for you.
Gosh.
What is your favorite X-Men era? Do you have a favorite X-Men era or storyline?
I don't really know because sadly, I haven't read any X-Men.
We gotta get you in. I
I
got you.
know.
I got books back here. Next time I see you, I'm gonna put some X-Men in your hands. I love like my favorite is this is hot. I like Krakoa. I honestly think that was a reward for the people who have been reading X-Men for like ever. The Krakoa felt like a dream realized for a small portion of time, and like the both the good and the bad when it comes to building a nation, especially here in Minnesota and just around the world as large. We're all kind of struggling with like, what do we want our community to look like? How do we
Yeah.
build community outside of like structures that don't serve us anymore? You know what I mean? Like this is it's like it's a thing that we all need to learn how to do. And I think Krakoa was mirroring that in a really kind of interesting way, especially for the franchise. Um, and so I am I'm excited to see what the Uncanny X experience is like in this post Krakoa like energy of the
Oh,
comics.
yeah.
Because yeah, that'd be really fun.
Heck yeah, and last year we did have a whole Krakoa themed party,
Hell yeah, the
and it
Hellfire
was
Gala.
yes, we
The
had
guy.
our Hellfire Gala, we have Hellfire every single year. This year, I think, is the first year it's going to be a bit different because
Ooh.
last season in the Hellfire Club, Sebastian Shaw was overthrown, and now Emma Frost is in it,
Ooh, fun.
right? I'm like,
I
it's
didn't know there was like cool little storylines.
heck
Oh,
yes, like,
I'm so I've never it gets cooler every time I hear a thing about. Like I
on
just get more
but this year,
upset
like,
about.
the guests we have, we're having Lenore Zan back,
Wow.
and
Heck
we're
yeah.
getting I believe if I'm remembering correctly, we're also getting George Buza back, who's
Oh
originally our
shoot.
Beast,
That's amazing.
right? It's gonna be
Oh my
awesome.
stars and garters. Oh,
And then Stephanie Williams and Fabian, I will co-creator of Deadpool. I'm like, I would try and
yep.
pronounce his last name, but I do not wish to butcher it, and Like, I'm at least understanding of, I can't pronounce this, I'm not gonna try,
Yeah, fair enough.
right? Alright, so going through your library, what is your favorite song to perform live?
I think it changes, depends on the audience. I don't think I have like one song like, oh, I love doing this one more than anyone. And also depends on like what I'm feeling in like my life or what I'm doing. Recently though, All My Friends Are So Hot is really fun. I like seeing people just really. I think in during Pride Month, during like everyone's celebrating, everyone's like kind of like loving each other, loving
Yes.
their friends and stuff. Doing that song, it just kind of like loosens everybody up. Everybody laughs a little. We live in a world where too many people are afraid to like compliment their friends, and so
Oh,
like
yes. Like,
doing that,
I blast that song any chance I can. I'm just like, "All
it's
my friends
fun.
so hot."
It's
I'm
like,
like,
why not
"Yeah."
enjoy it? Enjoy that. Enjoy your friend. Your friends are hot. They took a lot. Some of them work really hard at being the type of hot that they are, and you should
Yep.
celebrate that. Some
Heck
people
yes.
just are hot and they don't even have to do anything. Some people work really hard to be hot in the way they want to be. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
sing that out. So that's my favorite right now.
I love that because yeah, our daughter, she literally goes around, "Mama, play the Friends Are So Hot song," and I'm like, "Get it, girl. You're almost 4 years old. You are a real one at this
Let's
point."
go.
'Cause she'll just walk
Celebrate
around
our
going
friends.
I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I love that I'm a vocal stim. That makes me so
Yep.
happy.
You are such a vocal stim for a 3-year-old, and I've loved this because honest to God, I blast you at my job constantly because 'cause I'm like, I can just vibe and hang out with my kiddos, and we're
Yeah,
having a
that's what I'm
great time.
talking about. I love it.
And going off of this, what is one song you are most proud of or that you really want more people to get listening to?
Ooh, that's oh man, what a question. Most proud of. I'm looking at a couple of my things here. I think I would love. I really like Heaven in This Bed. I think that's a really well written song. I think it's like a ballad that I don't hear a lot of people talking about as much. I really think it's one of my better ballads.
I
So if
love
I
that
pick one,
one.
it'd be that one. But I think Get Up Number 7 from Chunkadelic is so fun. It's my favorite song on that record, even though we don't really perform it all that often.
It's
It's just my
that one we
favorite
were
song on the
blasting
record.
last night in the living room while we were playing, like, Neanderthal poetry or whatever the case is called, and, like,
Yeah.
because and after like, in between, we're just sitting there.
It's fun. It's a little you get nod your head, you bounce a little. So I think
Yes!
those are the I really think I did well with my writing, with my like rhyming and stuff. So I
Gosh,
think
yes.
that's the one I'm most proud of.
I love this because seriously, though, like, all of the albums are fantastic.
Thank y'all.
There are songs where I'm just like, "This is I needed to listen to this one right now," and ones that just get you, like, in the perfect mood, and it's
I
yep,
love it.
Kyle saying, "Shout out to Purple in the Sky." He
Hey, hell yeah.
loves that.
That's a good one. I'm glad. Purple in the Sky was a lot of fun. Shout out to DJ Hayes, producer on that track.
Heck yes. I'm, like, the one that I every single time it pops up, I'm turning my like, rolling my windows down, blasting it out of my car is
Yes.
always going to be, my god, why is my brain blanking just now? Dear God,
We have a lot of songs though,
there
in
are.
fairness.
Great
I
performer.
great perform thank you. That's one that people don't I don't hear people talk about that one as much.
That one, like because, like, the first time I heard it, just even the line of saying "Waka Waka," I start busting out laughing. I'm like, "We did not just have a Muppet reference. Okay, I'm
People
gonna
are
listen again,"
sleeping
and
on
I'm
the
just obsessed.
Muppets.
It
So people sleep on the Muppets. The Muppets are some of the funniest characters on television.
The
When
Muppets
I
are
tell
fantastic.
when I tell people that like Miss Piggy as a comedic character has yet to be matched by like most people. I mean that so seriously. Like they're so funny. Go watch Muppet Treasure Island again. I bet you'll laugh your ass off. It's so good. The humor of the Muppets is so perfectly them. I
Oh,
love the
yes.
Muppets. What was have you played that game where it was like if you could recast any movie, but like you bring the
Yes.
Muppets in, but you leave one person, who would you do?
Yes. I could never figure out, like, a good one to do for that, but, like,
Yeah,
one that for some reason immediately popped into my brain was just, like, Sweeney Todd, and I'm like, I don't know
man.
why.
Okay, Sweeney Todd is crazy. I love that.
Like, that one just first one pops in head, Sweeney
That's
Todd, I'm
so
like,
funny.
"Why? Why Sweeney of all things?" I'm
The
like,
demon Barbara Fleetry, and it's just Kermit.
it would be great. It would
I'm
be
actually
pretty
here for
dope,
that. I'm here for that as a general rule.
right?
Um, I'm trying to think. If I one of the ones I said I would either do John Wick and you leave Keanu Reeves,
God, yes.
and then you just have him running around killing Muppets because that
Yes!
just sounds ridiculous. Or if I didn't do that, I think I would do Ocean's 11 and leave George Clooney, and then all of the other 11s are Muppets, and it's like a heist movie, but just with the Muppets.
Isn't that just the Great Muppet Caper?
Well, you know what it is? Just the Great Monkey. They already did that.
Yep. Stealing the baseball diamond.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to change it. I just think Miss Piggy as Julia Roberts' character would just be so perfect. Um, dang, you're right. That is just the Great Muppet Caper.
Yep.
Okay. Fight Club, and you leave Edward Norton.
Oh,
And
God.
everybody else is a Muppet, including Brad Pitt. Like
My
everybody else is a
God.
Muppet, and it's just it's just a Fight Club.
I think you just broke my brain there.
Oh man, Muppets! I hope Muppets make a comeback in the next, because with cycles,
Yeah.
people like different things in cycles. I hope Muppets get a resurgence and they get to do a little bit more. But back when they were doing parody movies, like
Oh,
movies that were about other things, I
so
think it
good.
was their. I think that's where they hit their like real stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Pro
R
Muppets as a general rule.
Muppets in general are just
Yeah, we love a Muppet.
Rizzo
We
the
love a
Rat is
Muppet.
always one of my favorites along with Gonzo because 'cause they're just goofy as hell,
Hell yeah. I like a Rizzo. I like a Rizzo.
right? I'm like, low key, I've been contemplating, do I make a humanized version of a Rizzo the Rat cosplay? Cause like, he's just
Yo,
sassy, he's
he's a
hilarious as all
sassy
hell.
dude. He's
He's
a
my favorite
sassy
part of
dude.
the Muppet Christmas Carol, which is
Oh,
hands down the greatest version of the
the
Christmas Carol
Christmas
ever
Carol.
done.
I would agree with that. I would fight anybody who said something else. Actually,
Exactly.
that is actually very fair.
That is a hill I will gladly die upon.
The only other one that I think I would like, the only other two I would even mention, I like the Vivica A. Fox one that was like on BET. That was so silly. It wasn't good. It just was like
Oh,
something about the Days of
geez.
Future Past being, the Days of Christmas Past
Yeah.
being uh like a Meet the Band or Inside the Band documentary. That was so funny to me, like as a narrative structure. It was just a TV, and she couldn't turn it off, and then it was just be like, "This was a story of so and so," and like
Oh
people
my
giving interviews about how
god.
mean she was. Something about that was great. I like Spirited. I know it seems like that's a hot take. Do you watch Spirited?
No.
It's it's
I don't
it's Ryan
remember watching that one.
it's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. So you
Oh,
gotta have to
yep.
like both of those guys in order to like it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
we never got around to seeing that one, unfortunately.
it's a cool take on the Christmas Carol. I won't spoil it because there's a lot of twists in that. I
Okay.
won't spoil it. But the music is actually decent.
Alright.
Get Afternoon is hilarious. Thank you. All right, I know. Kyle's with me.
Kyle's too funny sometimes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's I next holiday season. Put it on your list of movies to watch. It's worth a holiday watch. It's that fun.
Alright.
My favorite song in the whole musical, Kyle, is the the tree one, Ryan Reynolds song. It's so poignant. I wish more people sang that song because like once you hear it, like you can't unsee some of the stuff that's going on in our news media.
Oh, jeez.
It's great. It's really good. Really good. Really good. Really good movie.
Sounds good. I will put that on the Christmas movie watch list.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Sorry, eyelash in my eye.
Oh, they're trying. Big Christmas. They heard us talking about it. They don't want us to
Right?
move around.
How dare we say the C word while we're in,
Yeah,
while we're in June.
we're in June. He's like, no, leave that for another time.
For real. Like, I'm okay with not freezing colds yet, but
Yeah, yeah. We'll take
I
it. We'll
do
take
want
a rain check on that.
exactly. I'm like, I'm cool with some warm weather right now. We're
I'll take
fine.
a warm weather. Yeah.
So circling back to X-Man.
Ooh,
So the
heck yeah.
songs X-Man and Adamantium, why focus on the X-Men? Besides,
Ugh.
obviously, your deep love for it.
So the X-Men are the best superhero team. And as I've gotten older, I've found myself loving them more and more because they are a community. They are it is more than just they're not fighting crime, they're trying to save themselves from extinction. They're trying to save themselves from oppression. And there's something about that that just resonates with me, obviously, in some of the work that I do. And the X-Men, you can find yourself in the X-Men
Yeah.
easier than any other superhero team. Maybe the Doom Patrol, because again, X-Men is just a copy of the Doom Patrol. But like you can find yourself in the X-Men. In the Justice League, they're who you aspire to be. These are people who are they're gods. They are myths to be like looked at. The X-Men are lives that are lived.
Yeah.
Like people love each other, they break up, they become friends, they become enemies. It's so when you write songs like I do about relationships, about real life, about adversity, when you look for a comic book reference, the X-Men are just so perfect for all of
Yeah.
that. So that's why I choose to write about the X-Men, because they're the realest heroes despite having some of the wildest powers.
They're
You
the
could
most
you
human
they're the
despite being
most human,
mutant.
which is why their fight means so much, which is why it makes so much why it feels every time I tell people about the X-Men and they make the joke like, "Oh, they love the X-Men but they hate the X-Men but they love Thor." Or they hate the X-Men but they love the Fantastic Four. And it's a joke, but it's like, "No, you're right. It's because racism and prejudice doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It is that is the point. Like it is nonsensical. It doesn't make sense why people would love Captain America and not the mutants. Like
Yeah.
and they're upset about it and they are trying to survive. I'll talk about the X-Men more than I'll talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you see how long I talk about them. Like they're the best. That's the reason why I write about them is because they're the best.
I absolutely love that because they are like, I've only grown up watching the movies.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm a huge fan of me having some Hugh Jackman as Wolverine because
I I think that Hugh Jackman did a great job as Wolverine. I think Hugh Jackman. I think the movies changed the character of Wolverine in order to fit a leading man.
yeah.
Not Wolverine has always been a leading man. I think that he's a grubby little Canadian man. He's like 5'4" in the comics. Like he's shorter than
Yep.
I am. Like he's a little guy and he's
Yep.
hairy and gross. He's got these big old claws. And I think making him into like a 6'9", like super handsome middle guy. I think that was a Hollywood decision, but Hugh Jackman is great in all of those movies
Mm,
as Wolverine. Like I think
I agree.
his version of Wolverine is a very fun one,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I do agree with you there. Like the movies do great. They don't give Cyclops a lot to do, which is
They
my
really
big
don't,
gripe.
and he's at least from what I've seen in the series, like the animated series and now in X-Men 97,
Mm.
like, he seems more the leader type, whereas in the movies with the live action stuff, Wolverine,
Yeah.
Logan sort of became more of that.
Well, I think because the '90s cartoon, the X-Men '90s cartoon, not '97, but the X-Men original '90s cartoon, they really wanted to lean into tropes of like characters They weren't like the X-Men's a little more nuanced than your classic team.
Mhm.
So they're like, Cyclops is the leader, which means he follows all the rules. And he's the guy who wants everybody to play inside the lines. That is not how Cyclops operates in the comics. But like, in order to get people to understand who everybody's dynamic was, you kind of put people into roles. You have Gambit's the fun, steely guy who steals stuff. Rogue is like a big Southern belle. You know, Beast is like a nerdy science guy. And like they put everybody into boxes. And so Cyclops got put into the nerd glasses leader guy, and Wolverine got put into the rough and tumble, cool so and so. But if you read the comics, Cyclops is down. He is a revolutionary, is who he is. Like he's not just a nerd. He is a revolutionary. He's like, we're gonna make mutants free, and I will shoot lasers at anybody who's trying to stop me.
Nice.
He's one of the first to throw hands. He's like, he is very much cool. It's why Jean Grey is about him, and the other telepaths in his life are about him. Cyclops gets more telepath love from anyone than anyone else in the series, is because when they read his mind, inevitably they realize he is meaning everything he says. And I think it's because he's autistic. I think Cyclops is like, there is no subterfuge. I am not saying something that I am not also thinking at this exact moment. And sometimes it's just I like like he's got a little neurodivergent brain. He's got it. And these psychic girlies, they're reading him and they're like, oh, that's a little golden retriever boyfriend guy that I'm looking for. That's why people think that like, oh, he's safe. No, he's trustworthy and he knows what he's about. Wolverine is that guy that you hooked up with once and you wish you didn't. Cyclops is the guy that is like, oh shit, where was I? You might never talk to another man again. He is that guy. He's the guy where the girl was dancing on the parade float. Cyclops is the guy holding the purse. And he doesn't even feel weird about it because he's just like, go ahead, girl, shake some ass. That's what Cyclops is doing. Along with Gambit. Gambit's also doing that. They're very similar in that way.
Very similar.
It's why, yeah, Cyclops and Storm are best friends. Storm would not be best friends with someone who's lame.
Fair.
So it's like,
that is fair.
I'll throw that. I will keep talking about Cyclops. Cyclops is my second favorite X-Men. So,
oh, which brings me to my next. Who is your favorite X-Men?
I hate that question. I like saying the second favorite because it's easy. Just be like Cyclops. But second favorite, it is a 3-way tie. And I'm so sorry. That's why I said X-Men's the best group. It is a 3-way tie. I have tried my whole life to try to put one in that spot, and I just can't. I can't wait to play as Cyclops and Marvel Rivals as well, Kyle. Thank you for pointing that out. It's the only reason I still have that game downloaded because I'm waiting for Cyclops. Anyway, 3-way tie. Nightcrawler, Storm, and Gambit. They are so fun. I love them all for different reasons. They've all spoken to me at different parts of my life, very powerfully. No, I love the 3 of them. They have the coolest powers too.
They do have some really great powers.
Yeah. I love me all of those. I'm a Storm main on Marvel Rivals. I lorded Storm before anybody else. I was so mad when I was like, her kid should be stronger. She should be the strongest character in this game. There's no fight. Storm versus Punisher is not a fight. Listen to me, internet. Storm versus Punisher is not a fight. Storm versus Daredevil is not a fight. Storm versus most of the people in that game is not a fight. She would just end them immediately, and that's the end of the game. So they had to like.
She is a goddess, so I mean.
She is a goddess. There's like 5 people on that roster who could maybe hold their own against Storm, and they're not who you think.
All right. Storm is pretty, like. Storm's absolutely fantastic, and goddess, queen, literally everything.
Yep. All the things. She has been everything. I think she's a goddess right now. They finally gave her a solo series and they put her in the Avengers. I've been saying for a while that the only reason Storm isn't talked about like Wonder Woman is talked about as far as like female hero archetype main character energy is because she's stuck with the X-Men this whole time. Wonder Woman has her own books. Wonder Woman does her own adventures. She has her own rogues gallery. Da da
Yeah.
da da da. Storm is just as iconic. It's just that she's always with the X-Men. She's
Yeah.
always been in the X-Men. Captain Marvel has had her own books. She-Hulk has had her own books. Like Jessica Jones has her own books. So they have a chance to kind of just like be heroes in their own right. Even Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur have their own books. But Storm
We do
had
love
never.
ourselves some Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as well.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan. So like Storm getting her own books now, having her like cosmic adventures, I'm super about it. And I don't like it when she hooks up with Wolverine. That's also another thing. I don't like a Storm. Storm and Wolverine is the worst X-Men grouping of all of them. That's not true, but it's one of them, and I don't like it.
So are you excited for season 2 of X-Men 97 if you've seen the first one?
I am. I'm very excited. I cried at the Genosa episode. I cried at the Genosa episode, and I will say that because spoilers. Hold on, spoilers for X-Men 97. If you haven't watched it yet, go out and watch it. When Gambit is taken out in that scene is so tough. Oh, because he's again one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite X-Men. Him dying was monstrous to me.
It was absolutely insane. I literally looked at Bobby while watching that and I'm like,
Yeah,
and then
no,
just her final Rogue's final line.
I can't feel you.
Oh
Oh,
my god, I
oh, it
literally
hurt.
broke down.
It hurt so much, and also think like at the time in real life, watching a nation of people actively go through like giant robots from the West flying overhead, blowing up everything. Like it was just such a moment where the fiction and the world we live in overlapped at the same
Yeah,
time, and it was so like props to the people who make X-Men 97 for doing that tastefully,
yeah,
especially with everything that was going on in the world at the time. Like, man. So yeah, it was that I'm really excited for X-Men 97. I hope they find a way to bring Gambit back, but I also kind of hope they don't. Me personally, I like it in fiction when death has consequences. I think that if you're going to pull a trigger on a death, especially in a cartoon with superheroes, you have to give me a whole season
oh
before you
yeah,
bring these dudes back.
oh yeah,
Because then I want to be able to feel like I am worried about these characters
yeah. Like there
when
needs
they're
to be repercussions for
in a life or death situation.
yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely want that. That was a
yeah, you want that. You want that to feel so then later on when a villain says I'm gonna kill so and so, you're like, oh snap, if they do that, we will not see these person again.
yeah.
So
Oof. Let's see. And we already know that we're excited for the Uncanny experience.
yes, I sure am.
It's gonna be so great. Um, so Bobby actually came up with this question for us
Ooh, okay.
because he was the one who introduced me to your song Gwen Stacy.
Ah, okay, switch it over to Spider-Man.
Because let's be real here, we are also big fans of Spidey.
Big Spider-Man fan.
Like
Heck
Spider
yeah.
Man's just great,
Yep.
crazy stories.
Yep. Wild, wild stories.
And with that, Bobby was wondering because this is his level of Spider Man nerd.
Okay.
Listening to the song, we couldn't help but think about Spider Man Blue.
Yep, that's what inspired this song.
All right, that's what we were wondering.
Spider-Man Blue inspired the song. When I tell people the beauty of that story is transformative. It is so good. It is a testament to what comics can do if you let them and you don't treat your readers like you're beneath them or that they're children, even if they might be. Like the idea that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and it's a Peter Parker story. Spider-Man Blue is a Peter Parker story. Spider-Man's in it. Like he is recording he's these messages to Gwen. He's listening because this girl died. His girlfriend. Gwen was the girl.
Yeah.
It was like Gwen Stacy was going to be the one he ended up with as far as Peter was concerned.
Yeah.
Like, and he knew Mary Jane. That's the other bit. Like, they were friends. They were all friends. And like, whether or not he thought Mary Jane was hot or not was irrelevant because he had Gwen.
Yeah.
And they were monogamous because it was the 60s. Like, so like there wasn't any conversation about all that stuff. So here's Peter and Gwen, and then she is tragically and horribly taken from her. And, from him and from Mary Jane, because Gwen and Mary Jane were friends. They were best friends.
Yeah.
So you had Mary Jane losing her best friend, Peter Parker losing the love of his life. There were only two people on the planet who were going to be able to connect with each other over this death in such a profound way. And they found each other. And it's such a beautiful thing. And so Peter still mourning this death of this girl because he wouldn't have been with Mary Jane had that not happened. And it's not in a negative way, not like I don't like Mary Jane, but it was just like that wasn't a thought. I had my person. But when I lost my most precious person to me, here comes this other person who loved me through that grief and I loved them through theirs. And because of that experience, now we're stronger than ever. So it's like, ugh. So when I wrote Gwen Stacy, it's because of that. I've lost people that I care very much about. It is to lose someone who you are romantically in love with or care about very strongly, to no fault of anybody, other than just like the whims of the universe and life's not fair. Is such a powerful thing. And it is a thing that only certain people get the chance to experience, and I hope no one ever does. But when you do, to find someone to love you through that, and that sort of that guilt mixed with love, mixed with pain, it's so unique. So when Mary Jane tells Peter when he's going upstairs, she says, "Tell Gwen hi for me," in blue, it's because she loves Gwen and he loves Gwen. And as a polyamorous person myself, when you see this type of love that encompasses all the types of love in one panel, it'll change you. So I love Spider-Man Blue. I can't sing enough praise about it. A comic book shop. I had put Gwen Stacy out. It's been out for a minute. A comic book shop in fucking this other place. They sent me stuff. People have sent me stuff about like other comic book stores when they hear me talk about Spider-Man Blue. I have comic book stores now all over the country who talk to me about it because I'm like, hey guys, this is what I talk about the medium. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is storytelling. And even though I personally believe that my favorite person that Peter Parker is with is actually Felicia Hardy. I love Mary Jane. He should be with Mary Jane. I know that's the right answer. But like, Peter and Mary Jane's relationship is one of the most beautiful relationships in comics because it's built off of grief and love through grief. So when I sing Gwen Stacy, I talk to that people. I've had people both old and young who have loved people. Like I've had people who were like 78 and they've met each other when they were 70, and both of their other loved ones have passed, and they found each other, and now they're together, and they hear that song at a show and they come up to me and they said, how you captured that is what no one ever sings about. This no one ever sings about that love, the love that
Yeah.
you find after loss. And so it's a cool little bit that I get to do. I could find connection with people around the world. So.
Man, I'm like, and I literally I tossed in the chat just like, not me crying over here, just because like I have never read Spider-Man Blue. Now it's on my list.
It's such a good read. It's such a good read. It's really good.
Like I have experienced crazy grief in like the last 10 years.
Mm.
And damn, just hearing how it's like how you're wording it is
Finding someone who loves you through something like that is such a powerful thing. And what I love is it highlights how Mary Jane saves Peter by loving him, not by catching him off a building, not by like punching a bad guy. Like she's a hero because she was able to open up because she comes from an abusive household.
mhm.
Mary Jane comes from an abusive household. Like she has so many challenges. We see what Peter has to go through, but we only see glimpses of what Mary Jane is going through.
Yeah.
And like so when you see that and you realize that she also lost her best friend, we're so used to seeing it from Peter's perspective that we forget that like in the storm of Mary Jane's life, Gwen was who she went to. And then to lose her for her was huge. And then so she found that comfort in Peter. Ugh, the two of them. I just want Mary Jane, Felicia, and Peter to all realize that they love each other and then have a nice little polycule and run around. Just like how Jean Grey and Cyclops and Wolverine all realized that they all liked each other. And they should just be
Yep.
a thing. Like I want that for Spider-Man. I want that for Peter. I want that for Felicia, and I want that for Mary Jane because they all would help each other. All of them would help each other be better people. Shout out to more polyamorous relationships in comics. That's what I want. If I could say anything, more poly people in comics.
100%. And I'm on the topic just a quick side note, that is the kind of like those are the typical kind of books that I read as well.
So we want. We're out
I
here.
I
Just
love me
say,
a good wide shoes novel.
yeah. Why choose? Why choose? It is the anti Twilight of it all. Why
Very much so.
choose? Why choose? Everybody's fine.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, I grew up reading Twilight, loved it at the time. So damn cringe now.
We all have that fandom that when we look back at it, we're like, ooh, I was a different person.
Yeah. My Twilight years were not great.
I worked at a movie theater when Twilight was coming out,
Mhm.
and I saw so many different human beings. Granted, I'll tell you a quick story about Twilight. It was super hilarious. Um, opening night of the first Twilight movie. So it's midnight. Back when there was midnight releases. That's how old I'm talking about. Like none of y'all young ones know what I'm talking about. People used to show up.
Midnight release.
Yeah, people would show up at like 11:45 on a Thursday to come
Yeah.
there for the midnight release on a Friday. And so here they are. We had two lines down the hallway for people coming into the concessions. One line, everybody was wearing Edward shirts. The other line, everyone was wearing Jacob shirts. I never read this book.
Oh my
I knew
god.
nothing about this. And so it looked like the Bloods and the Crips. I've never seen anything so vehemently divided. Like people would walk
Yeah.
into one line, see that everyone was wearing the wrong thing, and they would go into the back of the other line because they'd rather wait longer in the line of their chosen person than it would be to get to the concession stand quicker. It was and they were like staring daggers at each other. Little girls. Some of them probably
God,
like
yeah.
12,
The
13.
Twilight, like, team choosing was vicious.
I remember looking at someone like, yo, like, what is going on? Like, I didn't read the book. I didn't know anything about it.
Oh,
Other
yeah.
than like the trailer. I was like, is this like a werewolf versus vampire thing? They're like, well, kinda.
It's like, yeah, it totally is. And
It's
then
more
they start
about who
talking about
ends
you
up
put
with
him
the
back.
girl. Yeah. And I was like, oh. So I said, well, who wins? Like who gets the girl? Who does she choose? And they were like, oh, the vampire guy. And I was like, boo, I'm on Team Jacob. I didn't even
Dude,
read the book.
literally. And of course, any girl who's like, "No, I'm more team Bella," they're just like, "Okay,
Okay.
well, it should be one of the
So
guys." And I'm
yeah,
over here like, I I like Charlie. Dad is great.
I'm
Bella's dad
Team
is like
Dad.
great. Like, I'm
I'm
team Teddy.
Team Single
Like,
Dad
take
who
my daughter
tries
from
his
me. Like, what's going
best.
on?
A single dad who works too hard, who loves his kids and never stops. Charlie is out here fighting for his life.
He was definitely on the DILF list for some
yeah,
people.
I mean, he
He got
cared about his
online very
daughter. He
quickly.
was chilling. I mean, like ACAB. So ultimately, I'm not fucking with Charlie, but at least he was
Yeah.
doing his best.
Yeah.
At least he was doing his best. His daughter was crashing out, dating someone at least 100 years older than her.
100%.
All asterisks. Every single vampire story you've ever read is a pedophile story. You need to get okay with that.
It is very true.
Like every single one. Every single one. I have yet to watch a vampire romance show where the ages are appropriate. I have yet to see one where the ages are appropriate. Like, hey, I'm a vampire. I'm like, oh, I'm a human. I'm a vampire. How old are you? 20? Oh, I'm also 20 because I was turned into a vampire just a little bit ago. You could have that story, but you don't. But you don't.
Oh, I'm also 20. 120, but I'm 20.
Yeah. It was like, oh, well, his mind is still like 20. It's okay.
It's like, no, his mind is not that. His mind is that of an 80-year-old man.
80-year-old man. Like, you should know this. Also, why would you like? I will keep talking about it. Also, I love this is coming from someone who watched Buffy and loved it, and watched Angel and loved it. I'm not trying to say that you can also not enjoy it. You just have to know in the back of your mind that Angel is a pedophile. He's been this way the whole time.
Yeah.
He went to Buffy's high school, and he picked up some high school girl. It is what it is. But he's also a monster. So if you just remember that he is a monster that technically has no soul except for he was cursed with one, you can kind of be like, well, that's what a monster would do. Just go to a high school and be like, let's sit in class and learn about the Revolutionary War again.
Great. Don't need this reminder in my head anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all. So all that to say, Edward is gross, and if you liked him, you should think about your choices.
Tis fair. That's why, again, like I'm now like I've graduated from those, and it's like, oh, if I'm reading monster romance, it's like, okay,
I've read a couple of monster romances.
It's gonna be like Minotaur or like.
Don't play with me. I read Milking Farm. By the way, I read that whole book. I read the whole book, cover to cover.
I read the first book, and then the second book, which was the exact same story
the
from the Minotaur's point of view.
Oh, Minotaur! I didn't see the Minotaur one, so I know the story of like the community now because there's the Minotaur one, Moth guy, werewolf story, ghost story, and then there was another one I forget. Plan B. I get a spicy book or two. I read a spicy book or two. But I stopped. I said not for me when they said 8 fluid ounces. I said,
yeah, no. Once they mentioned that, I was like, huh? I'm like, no.
I was like, that is yay for thee, but not for me, girl.
Right? Like, good for
8
you.
ounces? No, I'm all right.
Yeah, like once they started mentioning, like, yeah, it's like total 24 fluid ounces. I'm like, how?
I'm all right. I'm all right to just.
Right, like
you enjoy your life, and they say that in the book. They say it in the book because they're like, "Hey, you kind of have to be down for this if you're into this." So 100%. I do like how they also acknowledge it. It's hot,
just a bit. Like it's got that author, her books. I read all of those books, and I'm like,
she's out here.
This is insanity.
She's out here, dude. She knows what she's trying to do.
She knows her audience. That's for sure.
She knows her audience for sure. God, but we're on it. We're on the spicy book area.
Well, that's all I own. Like, we went to Nora and I. We went to the adult book fair a couple months back.
Ooh!
I got quite a few different books, and I'm like,
yeah.
I was planning on leaving with maybe 3 books. I walked out, I think, with 7.
Sometimes it just be like that.
Right? I'm like, it could have been worse, but I did find a lot of authors who are on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like,
nice.
Hey, I'm still supporting you. I'm just going to read it at my own pace because I have too many physical copies, man, and I can't bring those to work.
It's real.
Like, even carrying around my Kindle, I got some questionable stickers on the back. Like, gray sweatpants make me feral. That's one of the stickers. I'm like,
right in the word.
Right? I'm like, yeah, I know.
That's hilarious.
I know what I got.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm here for. That's always so funny. Amazing.
Lord almighty. Now I'm going to have to send you book recommendations because I
I'm telling you, I'm trying. I'm in the middle of Titan Mage right
Okay.
now by Edie Sky.
Okay.
Edie Sky, and it's it's a little it's like Gundam, but with magic and
Okay.
uh horniness. And I'm
Nice.
telling you, until I'm only like a little ways in, so I'm not completely sold on it yet. But I'll give it a finish. I'll finish it up and see if it ends the way I hope it does.
Yeah, I'm in 2 different according to my Goodreads, I'm reading 10 different books right now, but
It
that's
be how it is.
because I haven't there are some that I'm just like, "I need to take a break from this," and I have not returned to it because I keep forgetting.
Yep.
But, like, right now I'm reading Heart Eyes by Effie Campbell and then
Ooh,
listening to Pucking Amazing by Alexis Barlow, and I'm like,
Pucking Amazing is a cool title.
I love the hockey romances because they're actually really, really good.
I don't have a lot of hockey romances under my belt other than Heated Rivalry.
I haven't even read it, but I have watched.
I watched the
I'm
show.
not fully up to date on it, but
I loved the show. I thoroughly loved the show, and I'm excited for another season with it. I also would be okay if they didn't make another season
yeah,
of
with just how,
Heated
like,
Rivalry.
it's
Just
going, like, where I'm at in it, I'm like, I'd be content with this just being a one-off.
I think it's because yeah, I won't tell you I won't give you spoilers, but I think it ends really well. And and I would feel weird if they added more shit. But who knows? I also trust them because the first season was so good. So you know what?
True. Very,
Can
very
always have
true.
something cool.
And speaking of TV shows, just a teeny bit, if you could do any theme song for any superhero or anime character, who would it be? Because I remember when you were on your live stream,
Yeah.
you started freestyling and I gave you the prompt of One Piece,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm
If I
so
could do
mad
a
at
One
myself because I
Piece.
tried screen recording it to send it to Kyle, and my audio didn't work, and I'm like,
Oh no.
"No!" I was beating myself up. I still am because
Oh
it was
no.
so cool.
I love One Piece. So if I could do a One Piece intro, that'd be awesome. I'd feel honored at this point
It would be pretty
because I'd
sick.
be the first American to do so.
Yeah.
Like, so that would be an honor just to do it. I love the story, so that'd be cool. But if I could do one for one superhero,
Well, this is a
it's
thinker.
a tough one. So I'm trying to think of a superhero that I wouldn't get immediately replaced by when the next movie comes out. Because I'm trying to think of a superhero that both would be have an iconic theme. Because I think of John Williams, Superman theme. I think of the Batman theme. I
Yeah.
think of even Wonder Woman's, which is really good. I actually think that's one better than the Wonder Woman that she used to have back in the 70s. So
I
if I was
remember
to
the '70s one. That was my alarm clock for,
Wonder Woman,
like, 2, 3 years, and it scared the crap out of me every single time.
fair. If I was going to pick one, I think I would go with either Mr. Terrific because he just killed it in the most recent Superman movie, and I think people would like to see more from him. Plastic Man for a second choice. These are both DC, but I think it just because it'd be fun. They'd probably get Weird Al Yankovic to do it, but I would still like to get a try.
Yeah.
And then from the Marvel, Bishop. I
Ooh,
think if they gave Bishop his own thing, it'd be fun to try to do something for him.
that would be really cool. Almost makes me wonder, could you freestyle a tiny thing?
For a Bishop, no, I don't think I have to. I'm not very good at freestyle, by the way. All my freestyles are bad. I love it. It's one of
They're
my
not
favorite things about.
bad.
I like having bad freestyles because it means that there's something to do that I can work on for later.
They're
Um.
fun and just so entertaining, like, they are such a hoot.
Well, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. We have fun on the lives when we get to do the everything review show. It's a big fun time.
They are very silly. Like,
Yes.
they're always entertaining, like, I will literally be in the living room listening to the live while playing Disney Dreamlight Valley while watching TV with Ramona. And then Bobby comes home and he's like, "What are all the sounds?" I'm like, "I'm watching the live."
I'm watching the live as well. There's a bunch of other stuff happening. I love
Yep,
that.
like the autism and the ADHD brain. I'm like, "I can focus on all of
We
this."
could do it
So,
all.
mommy, I'm like, "What's up? Like, what's
Yes.
going on, Mona?" You play the One Piece little tune, and she's just, "That's Luffy." And I'm like, "Yes, it is. Okay, my other little ADHD over here. We got this, girly. Let's do
Yep.
this."
The king of the pirates.
She's so sweet about that too.
I love it. I love that so much.
Right? Getting into your wrestling career. I'm mad that I missed you at Twin Cities Con last year
That was fun.
because
Yeah, no.
I had found out literally while we were there that you were there, and I'm like, "Where is he?" You were literally located just around the corner from the Uncanny Table,
That's so funny.
and I
What are
was
the
like,
odds?
I missed him. I missed Nur-D. Like I was absolutely livid with myself, and I'm like,
Dave Wheeler. Yeah, shout out Dave Wheeler.
Dave Wheeler is
The
amazing.
homie. The homie.
And we just got to see him yesterday, Kyle, if I'm remembering correct. Yep, because we went to SpringCon at the state fairgrounds yesterday. We got to
Oh,
see quite a few of our good friends out there.
heck yeah.
But with your wrestling career, songs like Glorious, Tyler Breeze, and The Man are all inspired by wrestlers.
Yes.
Where did your love for wrestling come from? Was it childhood love, something you kind of grew
Yeah.
into once you got a little older?
I was into it when I was a teen, like a kid, and like late childhood, early teens. I got into professional wrestling because I love comic books. I was a big comic book kid, and so I was watching UPN. Shout out to UPN, by the way. That's a very old sentence. Shout out to UPN because we didn't have cable, and SmackDown came on UPN, and I watched the Hurricane for the first time.
Okay.
And I remember seeing, and it was I was playing Here Comes the Pain, the video game Here Comes the Pain, and Hurricane was an option of one of the roster at the time, and I always picked him in the game because he was a superhero. He was a superhero. He was the closest thing to a superhero. So I was like, okay, I'll play him, and I would lose a lot because I didn't understand that he wasn't like the same weight class as everybody else. I just was like, oh, he can't do anything. Like, why can't I win the game? But I watched him on SmackDown and I fell in love with it from there. I have been a big professional wrestling fan since then. And I just love the storytelling. I think it is one of the great American forms of storytelling, along with rap, along with hip hop. I know that there is professional wrestling in other parts of the world as well, but I think that the United States, one of the few things we could say, like jazz, like one of the few things we can say that we did really fucking well was professional wrestling. I think we elevated it. I mean, now I have some thoughts, but like now I have a little bit more nuanced thoughts on it. But like it was so good, and I like to weave it into my music. And now I actually am a professional wrestler myself, so I get to do a little bit of everything now.
Just a little toot toot shout out there.
A little sprinkle.
And do you have a wrestling name? I don't.
I do. I do. So I have wrestled as Nur-D before. I've wrestled with First Wrestling as Nur-D before at the Mall of America, VFW, some other places that I've been to. But my wrestling persona out in Iowa, because I wrestle mostly out in Iowa.
Nice.
Shout out to Madhouse Wrestling, by the way. I am Obadiah King is my
Obadiah
wrestling name.
King.
Obadiah King. He is the light of the world. He is a bad guy wrestler. I'm a heel.
All
And
right.
I am, how do I explain it? I say, if Jordan Peele got a hold of Bray Wyatt and Lil Uzi Vert, is the idea that I'm trying to do. Like it is a new take on the cult leader wrestler character
Okay.
that I think that I'm trying to do.
All right. That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
With you being both a professional wrestler, a writer, and a musician, how difficult is it to get into the ring and train?
It's difficult just from proximity. We don't have a lot of professional wrestling rings that one can train in Minnesota. A ring is a very unique thing. It's not a boxing ring. It's not a wrestling mat. It is a professional wrestling ring. You need to set it up a very particular type of way to keep people from getting injured. Like it is unique in its structure. So like you have to have a place to have one of those in order to train. And a lot of places don't. It's very large. It takes up a lot of space. Not a lot of people want to professional wrestle.
Mhm.
So it costs money for upkeep and all that stuff. So I go down to Iowa to train. So it's like a 4-hour drive there and back to train. It's a whole day. So if I want to get my reps in, it takes a whole day for me to get that. Now,
Dang.
eventually, I'd love to have a wrestling ring here in the States where people can train and we can learn and stuff.
That'd be
There are places that'll teach you. I have yet to hear back from them anytime I'd ever reached out. So that's why I went to another state. So I don't know how much of that is something that they actually do now, but training, getting there, it's literally geographically getting to a ring is the hardest part. Once I get there, I love it. I was in sports in school before I went to theater. I did football, I did wrestling, I did a little bit of everything, honestly, but
nice.
football and wrestling mostly. And so getting a little physical is fun. Like is fun. I love my music, but I don't get as physical in music. I can dance around, but I
Yeah.
don't get to like lift up heavy shit.
Yeah.
And so like it's one of the things I also like to do. I think professional wrestling is like the Venn diagram of jock and nerd. It's like the exact, if you find that center, it's
Okay.
professional wrestling. It's people who like to do like big moves and lift heavy stuff and
Yeah.
do some physical stuff, but also people who like to paint their face and wear little booty shorts.
Wear that sexy spandex.
It's just drag. It's just drag. Anybody who tells you that professional wrestling isn't just drag is lying to you. They are cosplaying advanced masculinity for a crowd of men. It is drag.
We'll take
It's
that because, yeah.
it's lovely, and I love it. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy it. But it is that. And if it's not, like, ask yourself how many times you've seen an oiled up man just like grab another oiled up man in this thing. It is what it is. And that's okay.
Quite often, like, don't get
Quite
me wrong, I
often.
do love seeing some oily men wrestle.
Okay, we out here together. All right. I enjoy it. So we're big professional wrestling fans. And you'll hear it in my music because I talk about it all the time.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping that I get to see one of your wrestling matches because that would be
Please, I hope so too.
fun.
I don't know the next time I'm wrestling in Minnesota, but I'll let you know.
Excellent.
I'll let you know.
Sweet. And what is currently your favorite entrance music for wrestling?
That's tough. Because my hot take is that currently professional wrestling has really bad entrance music. Since they started outsourcing it to sort of like generic, give us a walkout thing, WWE used to have a team of like writers and musicians, and that was their thing. Like, we need to make every entrance sound interesting and unique to the person. Now it's sort of like generic, ja, 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 it's this guy, ja, 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 almost for every one of them. So if I was going to come up with my favorite entrance song, Finn Balor has a really good entrance music. So yeah, Finn Balor has really good entrance music. Rhea Ripley, her song, she's gotten that over really well.
I love
So Rhea
Rhea
Ripley's
Ripley
entrance,
because she is mommy.
yes, she is. Yes, she is. So I like
Love
those two. Over in AEW, I think Swerve Strickland has a really good entrance music. It's a little like just like a song, but he's gotten it over to this point where I'm kind of into it. Chris Jericho's entrance song, Judas, is good.
Okay.
Again, it's just his song. Anytime you hear a good one, it's just them. They've made it themselves, and so it's like
Oh, yeah.
it sounds great. And Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of it. Well, Trick Williams has a good entrance, but that's again, it's not due to the song; it's due to Booker T. Honestly, getting that over in NXT, like it's the whoa that trick. It's fun because people get to shout.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
something I say
it's
in
an interactive.
when I tell people, young musicians, when I tell them like, hey, one of the best ways to get over with the crowd is give them something to do.
Mhm.
If all they're doing is watching you, it might be great. You might have a great show, but you'll have a better show if you give the audience something to do. Give them a time to be a part of it,
Yeah.
and like, and so the whoop that trick chant for Trick Williams is them doing that, just that, giving them something to do. Finn Balor's big entrance gives everybody something to do.
Yeah.
So, like, those are Cody Rhodes, his big whoa, it gives something to do, something people are waiting to be able to join in on. So, whatever you do, if it involves an audience, make sure you give them something to do.
Alright. Um,
Oh, nice.
is there any wrestler you would want to create entrance music for?
The New Day. I know they just left WWE and they're going off and doing their own thing now. Um, but if I could be the one to do the next entrance music, I would love that. Kofi Kingston, uh, Kofi or whoever, he's not Kofi Kingston anymore, whoever he's going to change his name to be. Kofi Kingston, Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods, and Biggie Langston. If it wasn't for them, there would be no Nur-D. Nur-D wouldn't exist without the New Day. The New Day inspired me to be more myself.
Okay.
And also like seeing blackness portrayed as not just one type of thing, but it also can be rainbows and unicorns and silly dances and trombones and like still very black, still very like these are three black men like who know that that's who they are and like are being very unapologetic about it. I wouldn't be nerdy. Nerdy rocks is literally New Day rocks. Like because it was the New Day. I loved them. I had all the shirts. I had the unicorns. I had the whole things. I didn't eat any bootios. I never got any bootios
So
from
that's
those
where the
cereals.
Bootios came from. Okay.
I never got any bootios myself. But like, if someone, this is a shout out to anybody out there who is listening. Anybody, all of you, all the Noggin Nation. If you have bootios, I want them. I will pay you for them. I don't have them, but I want them.
I'll
So
see what I can do.
if you
I
bought a
can
box
muster
of
some stuff up.
Bootios and you just kept it for posterity and you want to give them to me, I will take them.
But I do remember seeing those out in the stores. Like
Yeah,
I
it
was
was in
working
the
at Public
stores.
Foods when those were
Yeah,
first coming out, and I'm like, "What the
people were
hell are
all about
Bootios?"
the Nudos. The New Day was such a big thing.
My goodness. That's always so much fun.
Yeah, no, love it,
Um,
love it, love it.
so a couple weeks back, we ran into you at the Mortal Kombat 2 movie.
Yes,
What were your thoughts on the film? Because I know we sat and talked for
a
like
little bit. Yeah.
20 minutes afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and like I freaking loved it. The acid like fight scene. I was squealing like a little girl inside 'cause I'm
So
like, I
good.
remember playing this level. I hated this level so much as a
Yep.
kid.
There's only one other franchise that has done what Mortal Kombat has been able to do, which was The Purge. And it was recover from a horrific first start. That first Mortal Kombat movie was not good.
Yeah.
It was not good. There were good parts about it,
Mhm.
but it was not good. And when they said they were doing another one, and they said like Keith Urban is gonna be Johnny Cage and all this other stuff, I remember being like, ugh, all right. Like that's unfortunate because like the first movie was really bad. Um, it is great. The second Mortal Kombat movie is very, very good. Just like the second Purge is very, very good. They realized that they just needed to give us the game. They
Yeah.
realized they needed to give us the thing that they promised, which was Mortal Kombat. The first movie, you gave us some weird, whoever this guy is story about finding the. I don't want any of that. I want
Like,
Mortal
we're here
Kombat.
for the fights. Give
I
us the
want
fights.
give me the spike pit. Give me like they're fighting in various locations. The little spikes coming out of the ground. I want to see the special moves.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat has a good enough story already. You do not need to change it. It is fair. It is just a group of people trying to fight. If they win these fights, they get to take over the realm. That's it.
It was like, yeah, the
Loved
first
it.
movie, I
Loved it.
remember nothing of that.
And nor should you, because it wasn't good. It was
Yeah.
just a bunch of like random things they threw together that were like, oh, that was great. As long as we throw Scorpion at the end, we should be fine. And I'm like, no. First of all, Scorpion's not even the most interesting character in Mortal Kombat. He is just, again, you're gonna hear me rant. I'm about to rant.
Dear.
The 90s were so focused on finding the coolest, raddest, most like edgy dude that they just threw half of their franchises out to focus on that guy. We had so much Scorpion because little kids, specifically little white kids, wanted to be Scorpion. And so it was just that. They wanted to be Wolverine. They wanted knives for hands, and they wanted to be able to run around and stab guys. So it was just little kids with their emo bangs and their long black trench coats for a whole decade. And so all of these franchises just focused on these men that were the least interesting. Oh, you killed my family. I'm mad. Rah, rah, rah. Hey, there's a movie star over here who has no business in this tournament. That's hilarious. There's a girl who's the princess of or she's a princess, and this guy killed her dad, and her mom had to marry that guy, and she's been underneath that man's thumb this whole time. That's more interesting than just a guy who is out for revenge. He's a mad ninja, and he has all the powers of hell. He's just Ghost Rider, okay? And we have Ghost Rider over here. So, like, not that I say I don't like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They are fun characters. Yeah. They're just not the most fun character. And when you take a whole movie and you put it all into this, it's not the vibe. So, second Mortal Kombat movie, go see it. If it comes out on streaming, take time to watch it. They turned out, they fixed the problems in the first movie, and they gave you what you asked for in the first place.
100%. They gave us humor with the second one too, like tons of funny ass pieces.
Yep.
It was like it tickled the nostalgia bone. It like even literally getting to see Katana like use her fans in actual fighting styles the way she does in the games, like spinning the fans so quickly to make it into a saw. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I remember cool doing that move.
It's so cool.
Don't know what the code was. Button action, man.
But it was, and like the story is great. The fight scenes are good. You don't have to watch the first one. So if you're sitting here going like, oh, I didn't watch the first one and I know it's not good, you literally do not need to watch the first one. Yeah, you could start from 2. It gives you everything you need. And actually, I would suggest doing that. I would suggest ignoring 1 because it does not matter. It doesn't come up. Nothing about it comes up.
And anything that you might need to know, like, oh yeah, no, this dude is so-and-so's son. It's like, okay, they reference that in the second movie, and it's like, that's all you need.
Yeah, you might need to like this guy is dead. He was dead. He's back alive now. That's all you need. That's the only character that you might be like, who is this guy? His name was Kano. He was dead. He's not dead anymore. You're good. You really don't even need to know anything else about this thing.
Precisely. I'm gonna say, let's see. I think we have time for one more quick,
all right,
fun question.
I'm here for a quick fun question.
Okay, so this one's actually like, we know that you read and collect comic books because Nur-D, hello.
This is only one of my shelves, by the way. This is just a shelf that's behind me.
This is Kyle and Nora's room. My room at home is full of art supplies and books. I'm seeing
the Static poster, by the way. Hell yeah. Game recognized game.
Good nerds. We love
game recognized game in here. So I'm here for that.
Heck yes. But what is it like writing songs and being a professional dungeon master? for all our
Yeah.
D&D nerds out there.
I love Dungeons and Dragons. Just like I love Dungeons and Dragons, like how I love professional wrestling. I definitely have critiques. And the business is not always my favorite. But the game is the best game.
It's
I will
it's
say that
so goofy and
it
fun.
is so fun. If you let it, it can be one of the best fantasy experiences you have.
Yeah.
So that's my big thing.
Like, I've been doing D&D for only a few years now, and I've only been part of 2 campaigns.
Mm,
And the current campaign, like, I'm really close friends with the DM, and she's like, "Hey, like, this is like, I already made up the character, like, I personally did, and it's like, "Alright, this is what this is, blah, blah, blah." She's like, "Would you be comfortable with having a little bit of art imitating life happening?" And I'm like,
mm,
"Sure." And then, like, as we're playing it, I'm like, "Yo, it's getting real." Like, I need
yeah.
I need to pause
Mm-hmm.
for a second because
Yep.
like, it was like it got to a point, like, with our current campaign of just, "Wow, you guys are, like, making me dig
A lot
deep
of
into,
people
like, some
use
real
therapy.
traumas here."
Yeah, like there is like I have friends who are therapists and they talk about how Dungeons and Dragons or TTRPGs in general, they have been finding that being able to engage in that sort of pretend and make believe and dealing with some of the issues that you might have at your end through like a character, giving you that 1 degree of separation that allow you to actually touch on some of these stuff is a real thing and it's a powerful thing. And so yeah, I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love being a professional DM. I've been able to fly like around the world and do it. I've DM'd in London. I've DM'd in the States. I have DM'd for people online from all over the place, all over the world. I love creating story. I'm a big world builder guy. I
I
love
love
building a
that.
world. I love building a world. I love the ecosystem of a society. And so when I get a chance to do that, it's a lot of fun. And so Dungeons and Dragons gives me a great time to do that. And yeah, being a professional musician is fun. It's my favorite job in the world. I get to do the things I love. I get to create. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, and not hard as in like I'm in the coal mines and like my body is breaking down hard. There are
Yeah.
so many people who have like really, really strenuous jobs, and like that's super dope. I mean, it's hard for me sometimes as an empathetic and emotional person to feel like I'm not doing enough. I get to live this dream. I get to have this life. I get to be able to perform music and do the thing I love for a living. And I know so many other people don't get to do the thing that they've always wanted to do for a living. And
Yeah.
sometimes I feel guilty that I get to. And so that sometimes is a part also. It's hard to want to dance when outside the world's on fire. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to like be like, how do I bring joy to maybe a time where we should be really buckling down and like fighting. And so it sometimes emotionally gets a little hard. But what I found is being able to connect with people, both in DMing and in music creating. You find, like you said, finding new experiences. When you get to connect with other people, that is where you realize what you're fighting for.
Yeah.
And that's why I love being a musician and a DM and a GM and all these things, is because in connecting with these people in this music, in these games, I am reminded what I'm fighting for. It's these people. It's the smiles on their faces. It's the joy in their hearts. It's their families connecting. It's people finding each other, finding love, finding adventure, becoming heroes. All of that. That's what I want. I want people to feel that all the time. So it's a beautiful thing that I get to do, and I'm really happy.
Dang.
Yeah.
I love this. This is just so much fun. Like, I'm loving getting to know all these, like, cool, amazing, like, depths of you. I'm like,
Yeah.
ah. To finish our final to get a final
Here we
question
are.
in now, are there any shows or movies that
Oof.
you are most looking forward to?
Shows and movies that I'm most looking forward to. Okay. Season 3 of Blue Lock. It's an anime about soccer. I love it. I love it almost as much as One Piece. I don't talk about it as much because I just don't. I don't know why. I mean, I do. My friends have heard me talk about Blue Lock forever. But like I'm excited for season 3 of that. I am excited for X-Men 97, season 2, like I said. We talked a little bit about that. As far as movies, I'm excited for the second Superman. I see Kyle rocking the Superman, the James Gunn Superman,
But yeah,
which is DC's back, people. I'm gonna tell you guys, DC has lost their way. If you like Zack Snyder, that's great. Good for you. Like that, I won't yuck your yum too harshly, but he was the wrong choice.
yeah.
He was the wrong choice because he didn't understand what the DC universe was. The DC universe is not Marvel. It is not supposed to be that. It is supposed to be its own thing. Again, this is myth. They are gods. They are archetypes, and you're supposed to talk about the world around them and their role in it, not Marvel. I will stand on 10 toes down that Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman is the worst movie of all time.
It was not
It
great.
is the worst movie of all time because of the potential that it had. What they squandered. We had never seen Superman and Batman on the same movie at the same time in live action. It was going to be the biggest film in the history of cinema, and they fucked it up. And so I'll never forgive them for that. But the newest James Gunn movie, Superman, was beautiful. I saw it 3 times in theaters. Can't speak highly enough about it. I'm excited for the second one. They said they were going to do a second one. I'm seeing screenshots. I'm excited for Supergirl. I cannot tell you how dope this movie looks, and they're finally giving me a Supergirl I can get behind. Now, to say I haven't liked the other Supergirl's interpretation, crop top, maxi skirt Supergirl, did a lot for me growing up. Like, we're here. We're here for her. I like her. But this Supergirl, party girl Supergirl, trying to drink away the fact that she is the only one besides her cousin to survive her planet. Like, actually giving her like the survivor's guilt and PTSD
100%.
that would be presenting in a person. Like, if you suddenly got on a train and then all of a sudden you woke up and you're on another planet and they're like, oh, you're a human? Oh, that's crazy. All of them are dead. That's like, also you can't die. Also, you can't die. Because you're a goddess.
What am I gonna
do? You're a goddess now. You can't die.
My God. Yeah, I would be going into like full blown. I'm just going to do shit.
Yeah, you're gonna run around, you're gonna drink, you're gonna fight, you're gonna do whatever because, like, of course you are. The only other person who's like you has gone native, is an Earthling for all intents and purposes.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't remember, you can't even speak Kryptonian, like, you don't even know language. Like, she is the only Kryptonian left. Superman is Kryptonian. Supergirl is the only Kryptonian left. So I'm excited about that movie as well. James Gunn did so well with the Guardians of the Galaxy, being able to take a group of people that nobody gave 2 nickels about. And if you tell me you were a Guardians of the Galaxy fan, I'm going to be like, absolutely not. Because nobody was. You might have a book, but you were not a fan. And turn them into one of the best parts of the MCU. I'm excited to see him kind of take the reins of the DC universe, because so many of that. So those are my favorite. Those are the things I'm looking forward to as far as shows and TV. I don't think I have it. I don't really think there's any other things that are big, that are on the horizon that I know about that I'm waiting for.
But what about anything big and on the horizon that you will be doing or announcing or anything?
Yes. Well, maybe be on the lookout for the end of this month, because there might be some cool stuff coming. And I'm going to be at Convergence this year. I'm one of the guests of honors that are one of these big con here in Twin Cities. So I'm going to be at Convergence this year. I have a few panels, one of which is specifically me retelling the 15 movies of the Zack Snyder DC universe. I have recontextualized it to make a better storyline through line. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be on Friday the 3rd. So if you want to check that out, that's one of my panels. This is going to be me and a mic and some PowerPoints, and I'm going to walk you through it. because it is the movies are bad, and we will change it to make a better story. Um, then I'm also going to be. I have a concert at Convergence, but I'm also part of a bunch of different panels. On one of the big ones is my AP, my actual play, my TTRPG show, Sidekicked, which you can watch the first half of season 1 on YouTube right now. The cast of Sidekick, to celebrate the second half of season 1 and the beginning of the show, and the show coming back, we are going to be doing a movie role at Convergence, where we will be doing the Avengers. So we're going to be playing through the movie of the Avengers. However, it's going to be a TTRPG. So if the roles mean that we have to do something that didn't happen in the film, it means that we have to do something that didn't happen in the film. And I'm really excited to see how this goes off the rails. Last time I did a movie role, it was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and we ended up with a baby worshiping food cult, a bunch of mutated food humans, and then a sentient rat bird swarm that
Rat birds are great, though.
yes, a sentient rat bird hive mind swarm that threatened to take over all life on the planet. So that's what happened because the roles were different in the game than it was in the movie. So it has a tendency to go left really fun. So we're really excited about that. And then I'm going to be at Taste of Minnesota July 4th. Me and the Friendly Neighborhood Spider Band. Last time we opened for Ludacris. This time we're opening for Brother Ali. It's about 70,000 people. So it's going to be a pretty big day. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't have 4th of July plans, we play around 2:30. So you can still get to your fireworks wherever else you want to go. But we'd love it if you come out and hang out with us. Other big things are coming up. June 27th, if you're in the Iowa area, your boy's going to be wrestling at Madhouse Wrestling. So check that out as well. I think it's everything. I think I nailed all the stuff.
That's awesome. Kyle, we're going to have to start putting our books together again. We're going to need to get some dates put in there because Taste of Minnesota, I need to do this.
Taste of Minnesota is gonna be a real cool show. We're the band and we're already working on it. Like we're putting some extra stank on it this year. I'm excited.
It's going to be so much fun. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for everything that's coming up for you. And hopefully we will get to see you again very soon.
Very soon. This is a lot of fun. Please have me back. So I will keep talking about nerd stuff with you forever. I will.
Yes. This makes me so happy. Well, I can't wait to do this again.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come out and do this with us and to literally just shoot the breeze about nerd stuff and tell us all about everything that makes you you.
I'm happy to do it. Thank you for having me.
I love it. Thank you so very much. And once again, this is Reba from Noggin Comics with Nur-D, your 7th favorite rapper, but my first favorite.